Hi guys, I have your Wednesday lesson for you for art. This one goes along with the lesson that you got in the mail. It's the creating your own emoji. So all the directions are in there, so if you want to grab that, I'm going to refer to those as we go along. The other things you'll need is a piece of paper, something to draw with, pencil, marker, pen, whatever you would like, and something to color in your emojis with. So whatever you may have on hand, crayons, markers, colored pencils, colored pens, whatever you have that you can use to add some color to it would be great. The other thing you might need is something to trace that's a circle shape. So it could be the lid of a jar, it could be a bowl, a cup, whatever you may have on hand, something that is a circle shape that you can trace. Okay, and here, let's get started. So your first, this is what I was talking about in your packet. It's this one that says make your own emoji, and it's on this page, and then it goes into the second page. So that's what I was talking about. It's that one. So your first step is to take your piece of paper, and we're going to fold it in half twice. So first you're going to fold it in half the long way, like a hot dog roll. And then you're going to fold it in half again this way. So fold it over. So it's going to end up looking like a small rectangle. And when you open it up, you should have 4 squares or 4 rectangles on your page. This is when you're going to want something to trace with. Now each one of these squares is going to have a different emoji in it. So you want to make sure that whatever you're tracing that's a circle will fit in one of these rectangles. So I found just the lid to a jar that fits in here perfectly. So whatever you're using, you want to trace one circle in each of the rectangles. So you will end up with 4 rectangles, 4 circles. I usually always work with pencil first because you can erase pencil. That's what I always say in class, but I don't think you'd be able to see what I'm doing very well if I did it in pencil. So you got 4 circles and 4 boxes. Now what you can do is your fold lines that you have, just trace over those with whatever you're using to write with. That way you can see your boxes a little bit better. Okay, now is when you got to use your imagination. So each one of these circles you're going to turn into an emoji. So it can be an emoji that you just made up, that we have never seen before. It can be favorite emojis that you have. Or what I did with mine, and it was the idea on the second page, right here, it says another idea, is to link these to the zones of regulation. If you guys are doing zones, this is a perfect way to incorporate the two. So for those of you who just need the reminder or who may not be doing zones in your classroom, at the bottom of the page I put one of the zone charts. So there's blue, green, yellow, and red, and each zone has a different emotion. That's what I based mine on. So I'm going to start up here at the top, and what you want to do now is add your faces to your emojis. So the first zone that I was going to do was blue, and one of the emotions in the blue zone is sad. So I'm going to make my emoji in this top one look sad. So some things that you can add in your emojis are eyes, so you can add your eyes to the emoji. And this one's sad, so I'm going to give him a frowny. A frown. You can add, so you add your mouth, the eyes, you can do eyebrows if you want. Anything to give him a little extra character. And since mine's sad, I'm going to do some teardrops coming from underneath his eyes. So there's my blue zone emoji. It's very sad. Now I'm going to go over here to the next one and do green. So green is where everything is good. You're calm, you're relaxed, you're ready to go. So I'm going to make this emoji look like pretty relaxed. She's ready to go. So she's got a smile because she's pretty happy with how things are going. So they can be really simple too. You don't have to do a ton of detail on the face. Because if you remember, emojis, like regular emojis, are not super detailed all the time. Now I'm going to go down here and do the yellow zone. So the yellow zone is where you're starting to get a little maybe silly or wiggly, a little excited, maybe a little frustrated, worried. So I am going to try to make my emoji in the yellow zone look kind of silly, like he's getting a little goofy. So I'm going to look like his eyes are kind of all over the place. He has kind of a goofy grin. The other way we're going to, or you can, show the zones is by adding color to it. So you can add the right colors to each one. So that yellow zone guy is kind of being a little silly. And then the last one is the red zone. So that's where you're kind of out of control, either out of control happy and excited or out of control mad, angry, scared. So I'm going to make this one look really angry. So a couple ways to make faces show emotion is through the eyes, through the use of eyebrows. So if your eyebrows are pointed down towards the middle like this, it gives the idea that you're angry or upset. Through the mouth is another good way to show emotion. So, so like this one has a frown, some sad eyes, so he looks sad. This one is happy, it has a smile, and then this one is angry. I made his eyebrows go in to make him look very angry. Now what you can do next is go in and add backgrounds or details and patterns in the background of each of your emojis, if you would like to. If not, you can stop right here and color this in. I'm going to add stuff to my background just to give me extra stuff to color in and ways to add more details to it. So up here at the blue zone, and you can do any sort of pattern. You can do stripes, polka dots, zigzags, you could do lightning bolts, whatever you want to do. So for this one, I thought teardrops would be a good pattern since he's kind of sad. And I'm outlining everything with the black marker, and then I will come back in and add color to it. So I gave that one teardrops. Make him look a little sad. And then green. How about some curved lines? Those are nice and calming. Just some calmy, wavy lines in the background. For silly, we could do lots of different things for this. How about stuff that looks like confetti? Make it look like he's having a party. Make him really silly. Now you don't have to do your emojis to look like or to represent the zones of regulation. You do not have to do that. Absolutely, you do not. This is your creation, so you can do it however you want. So if you just wanted to do any sort of color you want, in the packet up here at the top is an example of one that I did that's not linked to the zones. I just picked colors that I like and faces that I liked, and I did them that way. So you do not have to link it to the zones at all. Okay, so I made that one kind of silly. Confetti all over the place. Last one is angry. So I'm going to do the background to match his mouth. Zigzags. Some points. Like lightning bolts, like that. So now your next step is just to add some color to your picture. And you can use crayons, you can use colored pencils, you can use watercolors, gel pens, markers, whatever you have on hand to add some color. So I will show you my finished example of that one. So I stuck to zones and I did different shades of blue. I did different shades of green, yellows and oranges, kind of silly down here, and then reds for that one. So this would be an example of how you could do it to match up with zones. And if you didn't want to do that, just look at the packet if you want some examples. Those are examples on how to do it not related to zones. You can just do your own creations. You can make up ones like this, emojis that we've never seen. You can do emojis that are common, like this one, the smile face. However you want to do it. Be creative. Make some emojis. If you do some, hold on to your final work in case we do something with that for a virtual art show. And post the pictures. I'd love to see what you guys come up with and how creative you get. Have a great day and have fun.